And for us, we are just vessels. You see, he speaks to us. I'm hoping that this session and this workshop today is just really going to do that. So yesterday as I was driving, I was trying to figure out where do I start? Because there's so much content and so much information, and I needed to make sure that the message is very specific to the group of people that are in the room, and also to the plan God has had for today, so that we all benefit from that. So I'll do a quick introduction. So I've done a few slides, and I'm hoping to work from these slides. And for the sake of our conversation this morning, let's make it a conversation, shall we? I don't want to be talking and talking, but let's engage, let's discuss, let's challenge each other, let's share experiences, let's share thoughts, because I think that's where we need to be critically analyzing our situations and looking at what's available to us today. So that's the approach I'm going to take. I am going to base this conversation for today on the Bible. I am a strong believer of God, and not only just believing God like He is somewhere out there. I believe that we are co-creators with God, and we are His representatives, And so when He was creating us, He imparted His powers, His strength, His knowledge, and that's what we carry. So we are carrying a very big mantelpiece, and God has given us all assignments then of what He expects us to do and achieve for Him while we are here. That really is the conversation. So when I look from that perspective, God is in us right here. We are part of God. Part of God is here through us right now, right here. Right? So we can't afford to separate ourselves from that, because we are that. And so I speak from a perspective of the representation from that viewpoint. They have a very strong baseline of their faith. Whatever that faith is, it must be so strong that nothing should shake it. And once that base and that foundation is that strong, then you are a very strong candidate to represent. He will then use you to achieve His plan. And as He does that, you know that His promises are yes, and they are amen, and they are true, and He doesn't compromise. So really having that strong base for me, that's important. So I just wanted to put it out there. So my views and my work and the Dreamblazers Academy, our principles are so much Bible-based. And we are not going to shake that for anybody. That's the base of what we believe. There's no compromise. And then we build from it. Yeah? So today, I am going to start from the beginning. Because that's God's plan, right? He started at the beginning. He knew that we would be here today. So starting from there, I've just done it a simple intro in Zimbabwe. I am very happily married to this handsome man. It's his birthday tomorrow. Yeah. So, you know what happened? People have been sending cakes to my house for his birthday, but he's not there. So I brought the cake here. So we can celebrate. I told him I'm bringing the cake to the children. First, before you go outside with your partner. I'm telling you, because there are things that you will need that person's backbone that you cannot entrust anybody else. And so for us, that's how we work. We work very closely like that. So I believe that my work and my purpose is to serve a higher purpose. The Word of God admonishes us to serve. God expects us to serve. So the conversation today is going to be based on serving one another. The money that we chase, God tells us that He's already provided. There is provision. Your job is not to chase provision. It's there. But the enemy, what he has done, he has lied to us and made us believe that we must chase provision. But there is no way you can get provision until you serve your brother or your sister, until you meet a need. for me, I learned that earlier on my business journey, and that was a light bulb moment. I stopped choosing provision. I started to think about serving and service. So business is based on serving another human being. That's it. That's the most important principle. You are here to serve. It's about servanthood. Then, in the process of serving, provision is made available. Everything else follows those principles. So, basically, that's the introduction. We are both born and raised in Zimbabwe. When I tell people, they're like, "Oh no, did you really come from Zimbabwe?" Yes, I did. I grew up in Rimoka Kadoma, in the middle of nowhere. But this is how God raises people. Because when God raises a person like you, you can connect with that person and say, if he raised this one, he can also raise you. But I also believe that God handpicks people. And it's important that we realize that us in this room, we have been handpicked by God. Because we could have been still wherever where He picked us from and still be doing whatever. But God found it worthy that we be chosen. Number one, to be able to be here, to listen to this message. And I promise you, the message that we are spreading, this work that we do as Dreamblazers, this message is meant for the 1% of the world population. 1% of the 7 billion are the people that control the wealth of this world. And if you can understand the principles of this 1%, can you imagine how God can use it? That's why the enemy has got to work so hard to make sure that you don't become that part of that 1%. Because in the 1%, the minute you step your foot in there, you will be amazed by the provision that is available, whether finance, whether people. It's a matter of picking up a phone and a call and say, you know what, I want to do this, and I want to do it next week. Can I have the people? Can I have the money? Can I have my road paved? I just need to be able to do this by this week. I'm telling you guys, this is the truth. But until God exposes you to that, you don't know. You continue to chase provision. But God is saying, when He has chosen you, He wants you to jump the ship and belong to the other side where decisions are made across the table, and people just say, okay, this is what we are going to do by this time. And then everybody else's statistics. And so that is God's plan. So for me, that's why I say the work that we do, we serve a higher purpose, because beyond thinking about, can I make so much money every year? Can I make? There is a much bigger picture to that. And that bigger picture is the 1%. And so God is wishing for us as children to be in that space. You know why? Because there is no way we can influence change when we are chasing our bills.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
You can't influence a politician in this location when you don't have money. Unfortunately, no. So God is saying you have got to change the way you think. But you can influence a policy maker or decision maker when you have got influence in your own sphere of influence, which is here, your community. And then you can go with a bigger word to the politician and say, here I am. These are my people, and this is what I do.
Yeah.
I may not have the money, but with these my people, this is what we are offering at the table. That's one way. Another way is you have the money and you can say to the decision maker, look, I am willing to work with you. Here is the money. But you can't influence when you are busy. No, that won't happen. And God is saying, you are my ambassador, and I've sent you to the earth to represent me. But you have ignored that bigger picture and said, God, wait a minute. I just want to chase provision here. Just hold on. And before you know it, you are gone. Before you met what He has purpose. So it's about about changing the way we think and say, God, help me to chase purpose than provision. Because this is his plan. And so it's a higher purpose. It's a much bigger picture. So, let's talk about this. So how do we create wealth? In a godly way. I put on my slide here, next slide, Joe. I want us to understand, go back, we don't worry about pennies. It's his plan. I am going to give you some scriptures right now. Because sometimes with some of the scriptures that we've stuck to in the Word of God are the scriptures that really are blocking us from understanding the bigger picture. And I just want to give us the scriptures we should be thinking about, right? So I'm just going to go to my notes. So, we have agreed that God created us in his image. We are part of him. We are his representatives. When he looks, every day when he wakes up and looks down, we are his soldiers on duty. But we have forgot that we are soldiers. Why? Because we focus on our problems. Why do we focus on our problems? Because we don't have mind that thinks beyond the bread and butter. So we wake up every day, we are chasing God. How can I work the next shift? How can I raise the next money for me to buy the next food, the next clothes, the next holiday, the next car, the next big house? Yet God has said, all this I have provided. I have met all your needs. I want you to think beyond those things. And so, he has given us power to rule over the earth. We agree in that because that's in Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful and increase in numbers. Fill the earth and subdue it. You do not increase in numbers because you've only got 24 hours in a day. So even if you work a shift that pays you £1,000 hourly rate, there's going to be a limit to the hourly rate. And you only have how many hours a day? You can't stretch them. I really want us to understand that.
Yeah.
So there is a bigger picture that expects us to be fruitful and to increase in a better way. Yeah? And then how do you fill the earth and subdue it and rule over it when you are not increasing? Like I'm saying, even if somebody offered you to pay £5,000 an hour, we can still increase that number, but there's only one you.
Yeah.
And then what happens? God forbid. But what happens when you can't wake up off that bed to go and work for this £5,000 an hour?
Yeah.
What happens? You get me? So God has got a picture behind you, beyond you as an individual, working hard and increasing. That's good. But what we need is to understand the principle of working hard. We need to understand that. I'm going to unpack that a bit more. And then, he has given us power over the birds, the air, over the living creatures. In doing so, listen to one thing God didn't do. God did not transfer ownership to these animals. He did not transfer. He said, you, me and you, go and subdue. Go and dominate. Go and take care. You understand?
Yeah.
So, this is me thinking now. I can't subdue the whole earth by expecting me, Fongaindamela, the one person, to be everywhere. In Asia, in Africa, in all the 5 continents. Can you be in many cities, even here in the UK? You can only be in one place at any given time because you're one person. So then how do you subdue and increase and do. That's where God is expecting you to use the one thing He gave you that He didn't give to the animals. The creative mind that He did not give to the animals. That's why He made us in His likeness. Because we can create, we can critically think. God gave us, He made the trees, right? And He made the stone out of the earth. But He expects us to figure out how to get the stones out of the earth and turn them into diamonds.
Right.
He expects us how to turn this tree into a chair, into a table, into money. He expects us to dig the earth and take all the beautiful minerals. That's provision.
Yeah.
So has He not provided, guys?
Yes.
But are we doing what He's expecting us to do, to be creative, to go and figure out what to do, how to find the stones? We owned a mine for a short period of time in South Africa. We were doing quarry mining, and quarry mining is when you go and dig all those mountains because you want to bring out the stone that then creates the kitchenware tops, the marble flooring and the walls, the tiles. Right? Let me tell you something. That business drains all the money in you because it drinks money. You will spend millions before you can even think about finding the stone.
Yes.
And you are not guaranteed that you are going to find the stone. Yes. So you invest in all the machines. You have to create, because all you are given is the mountain. You have to make the roads. I'm just giving you perspective. And you have to hire people and hire them full time. You have to buy the fuel. Your fuel spend is maybe $500,000 a day. Just giving you perspective. So that you can come up with something like this. That's how God is expecting us to think from that perspective. Not that we wake up every day and chase the money and the dollars and the pounds. He is expecting us to sacrifice and do the work. Why? Because He's saying, I've provided the trees, I have provided the earth, I've given you the air, I've given you the animals, I have given you everything, but the one thing I've given you is the creative mind. So He expects us to think critically and be creative and is wildly crazy, coming up with ideas beyond what men can think or imagine. And realize then the power of what that does to serve another person. So coming back to my example, as we were trying to create that party place, right, we are now providing jobs to the local community, right? When we quarried that place, part of the contract was we give back to that community. So we are serving that community. And that community livelihood is going to improve because these people have got no jobs. And when these people have jobs, their families are fed. Now that's it. We had to figure out how to find transport for them, how to make sure the kids go to school, so the impact out of just you thinking creatively and think impact, think fruitful, think change, think creative and change the world. That's really how we have to think. Where is the money going to come from? There's people with money in their pockets today that God is aligned for you and me to use that money. So don't worry about the money. You need to change the way you think and become God's representative and say, God, I'm here. Use me, and God is going to certainly take you to that place. So, wealth creation is rooted in God, and He created the world to flourish with abundance and diversity. So who are you, what you should be doing? Now I put that word there, that text there, because I wanted us to think about that piece as well. What would you be doing with your life? Let's talk about that. What would you be doing? If you woke up and says, all the money you want, everything,